Okay guys, so my first recipe I'm going to do is a creamy lemon pepper chicken, and I kind of came up with this on my own. We didn't have much in the house, and I figured I'm just going to run with it. And honestly, it has been a staple in our house for a couple of years, and I like to make it for when people come over, and it's super easy, but it's so flavorful. This is also a gluten-free friendly meal, which I try to stay gluten-free as much as possible, so I will always be trying to share delicious, healthy, gluten-free items. I will also try to do dairy-free as well, as I'm lactose intolerant, but take a pill for that. So today this is not dairy-free, just gluten-free, so you'll get to see what I'm doing. These are just some organic chicken breasts, and I am going to slice them. The pan is heating up on medium-high heat. Well, no, medium heat. It's heating up right now. I am going to put some olive oil in there, and then I will start browning these, and I will show you how I do it. I'm going to be putting some olive oil in here. It seems like a lot, but it's fine. And I just took the breast. This is what it looks like. It's still frozen in the middle, but not too hard, so I just cut it basically like this, so I can get a nice brown on each piece of chicken. So I kind of filleted it. See what I mean? You can also do it this way. Cut it like this. That gives nice little tenderloin pieces. But today I just took it like that and just cut it that way. You don't have to do that. I do that if it's a little frozen and I need to get it in the skillets. You don't have to. Like I said, you can put the whole breast in there. But I like that crispy brown on each bite. So I'm going to add some salt, lemon pepper, a little garlic powder, and a little onion powder. Mrs. Dash is always good. Mrs. Dash is always a good seasoning. I like to do that. I don't like to do a lot of salt. I let everyone kind of salt their food on their own. A little onion, a little something. My husband does not like big chunks of onions, and I love the flavor of onions, so that's how I get my flavor in. And then the star of the show, right here. Lemon pepper. And you can add it liberally. It does not make it spicy. Let it do its thing. I'm not gonna cover this yet because I want that crisp. I want that brown. I will cover it once I have the other ingredients in there, and to make it tender. So just leave it open. Here's the heat I have it on right now. Right here. And it's just cooking in the olive oil. I love this brown. This crispy brown is what's going to make it so delicious. Okay, in this pot, I'm going to put it on high, and I'm going to salt the water. This is going to be for my potatoes. Listen, if you're ever going to make good mashed potatoes, salt your water. It is a lot harder to get flavor in potatoes after the fact. Yes, it looks like a lot, but it won't make them overly salty. It'll help bring it to a nice boil, and then add a little flavor, infuse some flavor. Also, while this is starting to boil, I'm going to be over here cubing potatoes. It's best to put your potatoes in a cold pot. I'm almost done cubing them, so I have time. So that's just another trick. These are browning so nicely. I want to show you what they look like. I'm not messing with them. Just look at that. Yes. Over. Crisp, you guys, is what is going to make it so savory, so delicious. And like I said, I can mess with this. Okay. You didn't have a specific recipe in the house to eat that night, you know what I mean? I wanted to try something different. I'm like, this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm going to let it crisp on this side. Okay, it's time to flip these. Look at it. Look at the crust on the bottom. I've got the cubed potatoes. These are Yukon Golds. And I'm going to put all of these on a plate. I'll show you what I'm going to do next. I'm going to add a big old scoop of butter. I'm Southern. I don't really measure, but you know what? I'm going to say about a tablespoon. Just about that much. That's really not much. And I'm just going to put it in here. And I'm going to let this do what it's got to do. I'm going to let it melt a bit. And I'm going to switch to a wooden. And I'm just going to work. Look, I'm just going to work these yummy bits. In other videos, I will show you how I make my homemade cream of chicken and cream of mushroom, but for today, I don't have any on hand, and I need to go to the park with my kids, so I am going to use this. It is an organic cream of chicken. It's gluten-free. It's from Pacific. You can get it at Target, maybe Publix, Winn-Dixie, I don't know. But Walmart, I don't think Walmart has it, and I don't think Aldi has it. But I like it because it's gluten-free. If I don't have any homemade, which honestly, you guys, I will show you how to do that. Homemade is so stinking easy to do, and it's a lot healthier. But this is a really, really good alternative, especially if you don't have time. So, I'll put this in here. I can just work that around. It's still on the same temperature it was that I showed you. Heating it up, I'm loosening it up, I'm heating it up. Look at the color, look at the beautiful caramel brown it's turning. I'm getting all these pieces, see all the pieces come right up. And sometimes you worry when you use these steel pots and pans. You can. I like to use my cast iron skillets. For this dish, it adds a different level of flavor that I really, really enjoy. But I'm not using it today. We don't use non-stick or Teflon. I actually got rid of all of those because I heard they had some like health hazards. So everything is with these right here. We also have some green pans. So I'm going to up the heat just a bit, maybe to medium. Now, I will be honest, I am not the best with measurements because I have always done things kind of by taste and smell and look, you know. So, this is it all incorporated. Let it do its thing. I'm going to let the temperature rise up a little bit, and then I'm going to throw in some chicken broth. Chicken broth I use is this right here. Still gluten-free. That's what I'm going to use today. I like to, honestly, I use whatever is available and does not have MSG in it. You'll hear from other videos, I do not do MSG in our food. None, never, not even a little bit. No way. I just have a sensitivity to it, so I try to stay away from it. That's why I've actually gone gluten-free, because I have a sensitivity to that as well. I don't have celiacs, but I have noticed after years, after I had my little guy, I was struggling with asthma all of a sudden as an adult. And after about 2 years, I started reading more and more, and I gave up gluten, and let me tell you, my lungs started doing so much better without the gluten. So I'm thankful. Potatoes are still boiling. I'm actually going to lower the temperature down here, so I don't need those to cook as fast. Okay, I upped the heat just a little bit. I upped the heat just a little bit because I want to get a boil on it, and I'm going to add this chicken broth. I'm going to say about a cup first. Stir it around and see how I feel about it. There's going to be some more thickening happening. Yeah, that looks good. About a cup. I'm going to bring that up to a boil. Okay, now I'm going to put the chicken back in there. I raised up the heat because I'm kind of impatient at times. Raised up the heat just to get it to there. So now I'm going to bring it back down to medium. I'll show you guys. And we are going to put boiling. I like to cover each one of them like that. And then I will I'm going to add some more. I'm going to add a little more salt. I'm going to add just a little more salt because I tasted it and it didn't quite cut it for me. And then one thing I have learned, once you've added your salt, give it about a minute or two before you taste it. There was one time I added salt, tasted it. I added salt and I tasted it and I'm like, this is not right. And I kept on adding and adding and adding and came back 10 minutes later and it was way too salty. I didn't let the salt really dissolve and be able to incorporate itself. So. Look at that. Okay. I've added just a little more onion powder, garlic powder, lemon pepper seasoning, and some salt. Mixed it together. I am going to cover it, put it on medium, and let it do its thing for about 20 minutes. And that way it's going to get super, super tender. Now I'm going to chop up some garlic. I would like to do fresh garlic in my potatoes because, well, honestly, only the adults and my older daughter eat mashed potatoes, unfortunately, and we like that bite. It gives it almost like a spicy bite, and you get so many awesome health properties when you eat them this way. So I'm going to show you how I cook them. Now is your time that you are going to season them, flavor them, do whatever you want. Fresh salt, pepper. Now I'm going to take some fresh garlic because only the adults eat it, and it can let it infuse that just a little bit. Put the rest on there. That's optional. You don't have to do that. That's just what I do. Add just a little milk, not much. That's a lot. And I mash them by hand. You will be so amazed the flavor the garlic gives the potatoes. This is my husband's grandmother's masher. And honestly, I get the best potatoes with this. And I just keep going around and around. This is how I make my potatoes every time we eat mashed potatoes. And when you're gluten-free, you probably eat a lot of potatoes. They are so creamy, so good, guys. And I've got some fresh carrots here that I just peeled and cut up. This has been sitting on low for about 20 minutes. I added the garlic on top. Like I said, I just diced too much garlic for this, so I just threw it on here. I usually don't do that, but it'll taste really good. The garlic powder is honestly all you need. Okay, here's the finished product. The chicken is tender. I just did some carrots chopped up, a little bit of butter. For my husband, I do cinnamon and sugar. Just a little light sprinkle. For myself, I like to do just salt and pepper. The mashed potatoes are so creamy. The gravy is so savory. You guys, you've got to try it. This makes an excellent crock pot meal. You can just, instead of letting it sit on the stove cooking, you can do this whole process the night before and then just throw it in the crock pot the next day on low and you're good to go. If you don't have time to do, you know, the browning and all of that stuff, just throw everything in your crock pot and it cooks up nicely. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'd love it if you would try it. It's my little creation that I made myself. Now let's see how tender this chicken is. Oh yeah, it is literally coming apart. It's tender, it's delicious. Oh yeah. You guys, this is comfort food right here. Look at that. Oh yeah. You've got to try it and let me know if you do. Find me on Instagram and send me pictures because I love it when you guys try my recipes. Talk to you soon. Bye.